Out of the mess comes elegant order. Out of the mess comes elegant order. So this is something I've been really feeling. It's really been like a process of the last 3 months. Yet this week, it's really been distilling into the simplicity aspect. And how I see this is like out of the chaotic complexity comes the simplicity. If we're doing it right, if we're refining it. And so this exact quote is from Yannick Silver in his Cosmic Journey Oracle cards. Yannick is one of the dear mentors that's had a huge impact on my journey, and he runs the Millionaire um, Maverick Mastermind. And yeah, it's like, so one of the cards that he has is literally this: out of the mess comes elegant order. And this has been coming up in conversations with friends, families, clients, colleagues this week for me. And it's like what I've touched on in previous messages of the weeks. When it's in that mess, it feels overwhelming. It does me, anyways. And it's like a chaotic type of mess. All these different things, and some things are clicking in, some things aren't. Some things are come up just for just to grab one little piece from it, whether it's a conversation or an idea, but maybe it's not the whole idea or the whole conversation. So that's what I've really been feeling is things are starting to simplify and distill, and that's what we'll do the subconscious clearing on today is accelerating that process, smoothing that process so that it's very simple and clear next steps and growth for passion, purpose, prosperity. And so for me with this, like there's been a ton of interest and excitement and demand with the True Freedom Flow State software. And a lot of things have clicked. So that's been the thing though, like, all right, what is the simple step next? Who do we focus on first? In what order? And then how can we grow quickly with keeping it simple? So the interesting thing with this too is I was thinking of topics for this week, and I was like, this elegant order one keeps coming up in my conversation, so I'm going to share that. And then I was looking at the Oracle deck of cards, and I was like, okay, well, let me find that card so I can take a picture of it. And as I was doing it, I was like, oh, well, maybe I just pick a card, just pick a card for myself. And so instead of just searching through all the cards, face up, I searched through the cards, or I flipped them over. So it was like this, and I started shuffling, 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 and then I spread them out like this, and then I picked a card to see which one it would be before I went and looked for the Elegant Order card. And I kid you not, the Elegant Order card was the one that I picked, like in the middle after all those shuffles. I couldn't believe it. Like, yeah, like I'm very aware of like these like I don't know synchronicities and stuff like that, and they happen a lot. But still, though, I'm like, oh my god, like it just caught me in my tracks, and I'm like, okay, this is definitely the message of the week. So, with what you're going through this week, let me know. Let me know what some of that message is, or what is some of that elegant order that you can feel starting to emerge. And maybe it's a lot, or maybe it's a little. Maybe it's like you're just starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're starting to see the simplicity, perhaps. Maybe just a little bit, or maybe more. What is that elegant order starting to look like? For me, with the Flow State software, starting to see how we can bring these different features and scale up the people who can use them, as well as roll out the features in a nice order that is natural for everybody. And the webinar experts that are coming on the platform to launch their communities and their masterminds, starting to see how that can scale as well. So those are an example for me of a simple simplicity coming in. And what we'll do in the subconscious clearing is release any of the resistance around that so it can be smoother and smoother. Okay. So let me know what resonates with you from this, and we'll go into the clearings. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, and we'll hop in here, and this is what we're going to keep in mind is the simple path for the passion flowing, the purpose fulfilling, and the prosperity flowing. And Christy shared in the comment, seeing the mess from the mess of my parents and predicament of how it is shaping a simpler way of life for me. Ah, wow. Yeah, this card couldn't have been more perfect. Couldn't have been more perfect. Yeah, it's like whether it's in life, business, friends, family, like when we see chaotic mess, whether it's physically, with physical possessions, or just the way a business is set up, or the way a career is set up, or the way boundaries are set up, that creates that mess. Yeah, it gives us an opportunity to see like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that, and I want it to keep the simplicity.